Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a scene for the Werewolf venue. And here we are currently at the Sept of the Green in the middle of Central Park. Contemplates the Mercy, also known as Dimitri Bergstrom, is currently at the forge. He seems to be working on something and he seems to be hard at work. You can see the sweat of his brow as he seems to be sewing something together, and it seems to be a very intricate looking item. It seems to definitely have a purpose. Um, at that point, you can see a young Caliph of the Sept approach him, and it seems that a dispute is erupted, and contemplates, looks over, and kind of gives the young Caliph a knowing glance, knowing full on that he has done something silly and that not everything requires a challenge. And the little Caliph, realizing the error of his ways, slunks off, knowing the folly of his ways. And you can see contemplates walking away from his uh, forge, as it were, and walking down a path. And we can start our scene there.
As Contemplates makes his way down the path, you can see an individual walking towards him that looks somewhat frustrated, maybe a little dejected. The past 24 hours have been a roller coaster of events and emotions for the budding Black Fury. As she looks in the direction of the Gate of Fenris, she stops and offers a slight nod of her head at Contemplates just before he passes her.
Contemplates would recognize it. What's the matter with you? You seem irritated.
I let my conscience get the better of me, preventing me from killing a worm-tainted leech.
I assume you had good reason.
Human sentiment, maybe? The fact that it was in the same boat as us, having to do things it didn't necessarily want to do. I know I can eventually find it again if I need to, but all the same, after what I saw at the Hive, I wonder if killing something that actually does have remorse for the things it does is the right thing to do or not.
Hmm. Tell me. Tell me of your deeds. I see you a lot, but I haven't heard much of you.
Well, within the Sept, if you're interested in only that, I've done my fair share of learning. I've learned 3 rights since I've arrived. I've won several challenges against Ben Renshaw and Heinrich. You were there for Heinrich and Siegfried's.
Mm.
I've also been a guide to Mr. Renshaw, and I have been relating well to my father, Dr. Mega.
Hmm. As he kind of looks at you. Looks like you can kind of see the resemblance a little bit.
She'll chuckle a bit. What else? What else? What else? I defeated Travis in a challenge, though I don't think he realized that he lost.
Contemplates a chuckle.
Beyond that, I helped clear the Hive, and I did destroy or help destroy the acid creatures that were harrying one of your brood spirits.
Mm.
I did also beat a sphinx in a riddle contest.
Hmm. So it seems that you definitely have something on your mind. Jesse just looks at you and raises an eyebrow.
Yesterday I made my challenge against Heinrich, and it didn't go so well. I wasn't necessarily on my A game, I suppose, though I thought I was. And I've thought about trying again today. Not exactly one to give up, but unfortunately, none of the Fosterins are around. It's very annoying.
You do know that I'm an Andron.
I do, but now you're also the Master of Challenge.
That is
I do
also true.
think if you were to willingly accept my challenge, if I were to actually convince you in some way that I was worthy of rank, I think it would be all the more prestigious. And she says that with a genuine smile, though. Just an utter lack of subterfuge keeps it from being without some small amount of brown nosing, let's say.
Mm. Contemplates will look at you and so what's stopping you from challenging Heinrich again?
I don't feel that I should challenge the same person for a rank twice.
Hmm. And she's still so you're challenging me. Hmm. And for your brain to challenge, should you accept it from me? As he kind of shrugs his shoulder, tilts his head. Hmm. You're a warden, correct? One of the wardens.
No, I'm a keeper, actually.
Keeper, right? How's that going?
Wasp, it's going well. Wasp Stinger thought it would be good for me to find something to channel my emotions into. Up until recently, I've been listless and stuck in a state of Hirano. It helps center me. I've taken on a personal totem of chameleon, which has helped stem my temper, or at least hold it back enough that I can actually think about my actions before I take them on.
Hmm. So this is my challenge for you. You're still going by Callie, correct?
Yes.
Most guru, once they've done enough, and since you have a certain proclivity to certain aspirations, perhaps finding a deed name could be one thing that we could think about. Just something to think about. But anyway, but on to the challenge. For 1 week, I want you to stand guard without sleep. And in this time, I want you to commune with the spirits and ask them to help enlighten you about a suitable deed name. And this time, while you are standing guard, anyone who approaches you and and attempts to challenge you, you have to accept. Because part of your moon, you're an Arum, correct?
Yes, I am.
Our runes are the warriors, and warriors have to be ever vigilant and ever stalwart. You have to accept the challenge. It's not about you winning, it's about you standing your ground.
Have you ever known a Garu to actually stay awake for an entire week?
It's not supposed to be easy.
If I accepted, when would it start?
Come to me when you're both mentally and emotionally prepared.
I would not be permitted to go anywhere. I would have to stay here.
Correct.
Do I get to shower and take care of all the necessities such as food and other things?
You're a warrior, you're a hunter. You're being expected to find your own food.
She mulls it over in her head. It's a very difficult challenge, one that she's surprised contemplates would even consider for her, given her rank. Though she does see it as a worthy challenge all the same.
As he kind of gives her a smirking look. Is it too hard?
I'm thinking about how best to facilitate it all. For one, I don't know spirit speech. So any communication I would be making would have to be through a third party or through mannerisms.
Well then, come back to me once you have acquired this ability to speak with spirits. This is a test of your mettle.
If I were to take the challenge, would you permit Wasp Stinger to tutor me in the art of speaking to spirits?
If it's within this time.
Then I will accept this challenge. I will remain a sentinel until such time as you feel that I have done all that you ask. I will do my best to attempt to speak with the spirits without her help. At the same time, when she is available, attempt to learn the ability to speak to them. I'm sure that there are some spirits out there that can tolerate a Cleith that is trying their best to learn.
Indeed.
I'm very glad I dedicated my bow then.
Hmm.
Do I remain at one post, or can I remain mobile?
Remain mobile.
Should make it a little less stiff or a little easier to stay awake and not accidentally nod off. She lets out a fairly long sigh and then looks and contemplates.
Hmm. You're a surprise, huh?
How so?
It's rare that you meet someone as young as you that's willing to meet a challenge and not show fear. It's refreshing.
Well, don't mistake me. I do have some trepidation about this, but only in the how, not necessarily
Yeah.
the scope of the challenge. I know eventually a body, if it requires sleep, will find a way to make you fall asleep.
Of course.
That's what I have to fight against. But I think I'm up for the challenge. My mother certainly was, and I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be.
Hmm. Well, then I'll leave you to your work.
One last question.
Hmm.
Will I be able to socialize during this time?
If it doesn't impede with your work.
She'll nod. And I will begin. And off Callie walks, away from Contemplates the Mercy. Apprehensive, perhaps, that even with a full night's sleep behind her, that this is going to be a very tough challenge indeed. And so she goes off into the distance, leaving Contemplates behind.
Contemplates will smile. This will be interesting indeed.
Thank everyone for watching.